Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am PANCZASU, the mighty mix spammer. Welcome to my endless space video, and no, please do not go anywhere, I'll be getting to the gameplay shortly. However, before I do that, I would like to make a little announcement. I am currently making my very own and my very first mod. That's a typo, by the way, it's supposed to say PANCZASU's Race Pack. And what does it mean? It means that I will publish in not so near future a mod which will feature all of my custom factions, all 11 of them. That is a lot of factions to include in a mod pack, trust me on that, it will require a lot of work from me, but to be quite honest, I want to do two things. One, share those factions with you so that everybody who wants can use them, and two, I also want to add my personalized affinities and technologies that will suit those factions well. Right now I'm obviously using the built-in faction creator program, which you know is all nice and dandy, but it only allows you to use already existing affinities and technologies. I want to create my own that will fit those factions better. I already created a thread that is dedicated to my mod, and I already showcased the Pillagers faction, which is one of the factions that I am obviously going to work on. I encourage you to have a look at that. In the meantime, I'm going to continue making those endless space videocasts, and I'll get to that as soon as I load my game. Be right back. Alright, I'm back after this little preview of things to come. Say hello to my friend Hornyface. He's still there, still being horny. And anyway, in the meantime, as we have been away, I skipped at 10, and let's make a little summary of things that happened. First of all, I can finish the movement of my ships that require me to finish movement, and apparently my scout is about to encourage some very nasty pirates, but that's okay. My ship at guard post, I mean my fleet at guard post, has, well, regained control of a guard post, because last time when we left off it was under the Pilgrim's control. Now it is mine. And I will in fact stay here and continue guarding the system, because I don't want to continuously chase Pilgrim ships back and forth, although... Oh, that's very nice, although they have the pirate problems on their own. And oh, things are going to get real interesting real quick. So I guess I can in fact go and attack the homeworld, because even if their fleet is about to come to the Gurkha system and then run back to guard post, it will not be able to do so, because there will be pirates preventing it from moving anywhere, which is fine by me. However, there is a little problem. Well, the Sharon fleets are fairly big, and I was only able to make 3 warships in this particular 10, and that's about it. Now I cannot do anything more because I ran out of industry, which is a problem. Even though in last 10 I actually decreased the tax rate and allowed my main system to be at ecstatic approval. Right now it cannot be because it has more population, or because of some other reason I don't really know. Probably because I just captured guard post back to my own. But you know, I did my best to actually maximize the production of the industry production on my main system to increase the amount of ships I can have. So, first things first, I have a new deal from Pilgrims. War is tiring, risky and distracting. I think we've had enough of it for now. Well, dear Pilgrims, you may have, but I cannot say the same thing, I'm sorry. None cheer me off, so manner off, so run, Pilgrim, run. Yeah, obviously I'm going to refuse this. Pilgrims deserve to die, and I want them to die. As simple as that. Anyway, what I'm going to do next, however, is have a quick look at my completed constructions, which tells me actually nothing that I find important at all. Let's have a quick look if I can do anything on Dust Cellos or Tortuga that could help me, but I do not really think that is the case. My newest military ships require a lot of industry, and not a single of those systems can actually provide me with enough industry to create at least a single ship within a single 10, which is rather annoying, but hey, that's I guess what I have to go by. Anyway, what I do have to do is create a fleet of those 3 thermal ships, because anyway I wouldn't be able to have more than 3 thermals in a single fleet, because keep in mind they consume 2 command points each, and I can only have a fleet of maximum 7 command points, so simple calculation, I cannot have more than 3. Now what I was hoping for is to have my hero revived by the time I want to find a Sheridan, because he would help me a lot. Unfortunately, I cannot afford to heal him, and not for a long time. So right now I guess I will have to attack the enemy fleet with a hero and a much more powerful fleet on top of that, with just 3 thermal ships. Things will not go well, but hey, I have to try my best, try my hardest, see what I can do to actually survive and maintain my home system. I do not want to have this run end right here. I will not stand for that. Fortunately, the enemy is simply using kinetics, as we know, and I do have some kinetic defenses, so I should be reasonably protected against this kind of armada the enemy is using. They also do have some deflectors and flak defenses, which is bad because I'm using both kinetics and missiles. But in the grand scheme of things, I think I have the upper hand in terms of technology, while the enemy obviously has the advantage in terms of numbers, as well as because they have a hero that I am obviously lacking. Which could be a problem, but I hope I can overcome the enemy's fleets. After that, I might consider actually going for a ceasefire treaty with the Sheridan to allow both of our economies to regain their full strength to attack them at a later date. This might happen, I'm not too sure if this will happen though. I guess we'll just have to wait and see how it goes. Alright, I will start with magnetic field since the enemy is using kinetics a lot. Obviously they countered me because they're nasty buggers. So what I can do that counters sabotage? Not a lot of things, so I guess I'll just go for non-repair systems, although I could also go for the strategy to try and deal as much damage to the opponent as possible and then repair any damage I may have taken in the melee phase. It is a risky strategy, but it is one that might work in the end. Now, as you can see, I obviously have better tech than my enemy because my kinetics look cooler. I mean, they're slightly more reddish than the enemy's kinetics, which is an indicative of my technological superiority. Unfortunately, the enemy does have superiority in pretty much everything else, so I am kind of losing this battle. I'm just hoping that I will not lose a single thermal ship, because as long as I can keep them alive, I can repair them fairly well between each and every 10, which could be crucial to my survival, I'm not going to lie. Anyway, now we are at a melee phase, which, keep in mind, is a phase when kinetics are most useful and most powerful, which is the reason why the enemy is able to deal so much damage to me, and I'm afraid I will in fact lose this thermal ship, which is very, very bad. Yeah, it is going to go down. Unfortunately, there's little I can do about it, and there we go. 1 thermal is destroyed. I was, however, able to destroy 2 of the enemy's ships, and the destroyer is heavily damaged. So it wasn't all that bad, but I definitely do not consider this as a success. Especially now that the enemy keeps attacking me with what is left of his fleets. Another destroyer and 3 more defenders actually is not going to be such a big of a problem now that they do not have a hero to accompany this fleet during the attack. So I should be able to do reasonably well. I'm going to start with non-repair systems, hope that I can counter the enemy so that I do not gain any malice to my weapons damage, and we'll see how it goes. Medium range, I'm not sure what I'll pick just yet, maybe even more non-repair systems. I'm gonna pick them for now in case I'm lazy or late to pick them in the future, but you know what, spamming non-repair systems might actually be a decent idea, since I do need to prepare those ships to fight a more powerful fleet, and this one I don't believe is going to be a major threat to me anyway. Now, I keep forgetting to check how the current sabotage short circuit card actually works. So I don't remember if it has been patched or not, if it actually fits its description or not. So I'm kinda hesitant to actually use it, even though I think it will be a decent idea in the melee phase. But you know what, I'm not taking any chances. Non-repair systems is a stable thing to go by. It will, disallow the enemy to use their short circuit card, and at the same time it will allow me to repair a major portion of the damage that I may have taken, which is fine by me. I was able to destroy the enemy destroyer, how fitting, and as I can see the enemy decided to switch to magnetic field, quite smart if I may say so myself. But it looks like this battle there's no way I could in fact lose. I already destroyed 2 of the enemy ships. 2 defenders will remain, sadly. There's little I can do about that, but at least I was able to damage them a little as well. They obviously have damaged me too, but it's nothing that I couldn't live with. So there we go. 2 battles, both drilled, which is, I guess, good enough. I lost 1 thermal. I was hoping it would be better than that, but I guess it was the best I could do. And now I can attack myself because I will... Wait a sec, I was supposed to attack the weaker fleet. Oh, they matched their fleets, didn't they? Oh, no. I forgot you can do that. Alright, so the AA matched their fleet. So now I was hoping to attack their weaker fleet to finish it off. Sadly, it's not going to happen since the AI matched their fleet. So what can I do now? I could run away, but that's hardly a wise thing to do because I would not ever be able to, you know, reinforce this fleet with other ships made on the Matrix, which is a huge problem. So I guess I'll have to actually engage in this battle against all odds and try to survive it. As simple as that. I only want to survive and nothing beyond that. And sadly, I think this might be a little bit of a problem, to say the least. Now, I will start with something that either counters sabotage or just allows me to do a lot of damage. And I guess this means, out of the strategy, this will allow me to do a huge portion of damage with my missiles and hopefully actually break through the enemy defenses. And then I will continue with repair systems to actually not only counter the enemy cards, but also repair any damage I will take. And trust me, I'll take a lot of damage. The enemy does have a lot of kinetics, and while in long range phase I do not have to be all that worried, although I can see that I'm already taking way too much damage, but it is later phases that I have to be afraid of. Right now I just want to maximize the damage I deal with my missiles, which did absolutely nothing. My missiles are not strong enough to penetrate the enemy flag defense, which is a problem, I'm not going to lie. This means that the only reliable output of damage at my disposal is currently the kinetics, which I may have better than the enemy. My kinetics are stronger and more advanced, but the enemy has way more ships and way more guns, which is a problem. Look at that, they're just gunning down my missiles left and right, and there's nothing I can do about this, as annoying as it is. Now then, I was able to repair some of my damage, but not a lot, and now the enemy's reign starts. They're going to absolutely demolish one of my thermals. I just hope that at least one of my ships will be able to survive, because one is obviously down already, and the other might make it. Please do make it! You're so close to surviving, please survive! No! Yeah... Oh, why did I engage? Why couldn't I be content with just dealing minor damage to the opponent and then living and preparing for another assault? Man, this is going to be a major issue. This is going to hinder my military advancements by quite a lot. And why does this system have... Alright, that's random, but I know how to fix this issue. There we go, all fixed. Anyway, what do I want to do now? What can I do right now? That is a very good question that I do not yet know the answer to. I'm about to finish my gravity manipulation, which is good. I'm also stockpiling on dust, which I will need to revive my hero and or speed the construction of my ships and or planetary institute. But what do I want after that? Well, I might want to get a little bit more, how is it called? Tonnage on my ships, as well as gain the access to barriers, since it is a very powerful card. I could also try and retrofit my ships to be even more effective against those shredded bastards. But at the moment it seems like a long-range tactic, when in fact I need something that is going to help me right now instead of just later. So I think the best course of action is going for advanced simulations, which is a very, very useful piece of technology to have. Now then, I also want to make sure that I am constantly gaining dust, which is indeed the case since, yeah, I no longer have a fleet to maintain. So, this problem is no longer a problem. Now, I could make people at my home system ecstatic, which is in fact important, and you know what? I'll do just that while ordering all of my other systems to actually convert industry to dust. Reason being, obviously, because I want to stockpile on as much dust as possible to revive my hero and speed some, improvements to some certain extent at least. And is it just me or did Did the pilgrims scrap? They scrapped my improvements, those bastards! All my improvements are gone! Wow. I had no idea they are this nasty. Pilgrims, I so hate you. I always hated the pilgrims, obviously, but now I hate them way more than before. Way more. And on that note, let me proceed to the next 10 and drink a little bit of juice as well. Oh yes, this juice is amazing. Wow. I actually kinda dripped a little bit of it, but that's okay. And oh come on, the pirates were able to kill, the pilgrims were able to kill the pirates. I just hope that now they will not try to run back to the outpost, because this would be annoying. And oh! Pirates went away from Essa, allowing my scout to sneak by, that's very nice. And also more pirates are incoming on Gerka, that's good to know. I'm not sure why is it good to know, but it's good to know. Well, at least there's one positive thing because of that is coming out of my engagement with the Shredder. Now, because they have less ships, it is going to take them more time to actually conquer my matrix system. Which is good, it gives me more time to prepare, more time to accumulate industry required to create a nice armada. Also, I desperately do need this planetary institute. It only costs 28 industry, so it's hardly a big expense, and it will increase everything on my system by a lot. Now, there's another problem that those Shredder are causing. Because they are orbiting my main system, they are also completely nullifying my science output, but they are also decreasing my dust output. Which is a big problem because A, I could use the dust, B, now I basically have no science gain whatsoever because my other systems are hardly the most science productive systems you could find, sadly. There's however a good side to it all, and this is the fact that now I have the Planetary Institute, which is going to be crucial and invaluable to my survival, because it will just allow me to gain more of everything, including dust, which is something that I have been struggling to maintain on a positive level. And yeah, this is annoying. Guardpost. I would normally try to revive Guardpost, but since I have to focus on my dust, on my main system, trying to make it secure, try to save it from the Shredder invasion, I cannot devote any means to Guardpost. In fact, I cannot even stop this industry to dust conversion because I need those extra few bits of dust that I gain from the system in order to actually survive. It is essential to my survival. Anyway, in fact, now I'm even losing dust, which is a problem. And why did I not go for ruins? I guess that's just I guess I just missed them. Now I'm going to lose a bit of dust. I have to. It is very important to gain this Planetary Institute, and in the long run it will help me since it will give me more dust and industry which I can convert to dust. So it's very important. How much does it cost to revive my hero now? Where is it? There it is. 340 dust. We're getting there. He is gradually getting cheaper. I mean, it is gradually... The technology to revive him is gradually getting cheaper. Soon I will be actually able to afford it, which is going to be invaluable. Although, I will not actually be able to assign this hero to my fleet before I actually use this fleet. Because in order to assign a hero to fleet, you need to have a fleet. And in order to have a fleet, I need to move it out of my hangar. And as soon as I move it out of my hangar, the AI is going to attack. So actually, I do not even need to save any dust on resurrecting this hero, which is kind of bad, but I guess I'll go with it. You know what I would do, however? I might modify the thermals by a little bit. Because, well, I did like the way they, handled in this battle. I think they could do with what, actually? With more... Nah, let's just leave them as they are. They're not the best design, but because I have my custom rules that force me to use all kinds of weapons at an equal amount, I cannot really make them more effective when attacking the enemy without hindering their ability to actually defend themselves. And is it just me, or did the Shredder move some fleets away from my system? Yes, they did. They no longer have a hero here, and this might be an indicative that they have some bigger concerns and more powerful enemies that are trying to kill them. And in fact, as you can see, no contact, which are the Horatio, I recognize the color, are in the lead, which might mean that they are at war with Sheridan right now. It is possible, not necessarily the case though, it could be just regular parts that forced some of the Sheridan ships to, you know, return to their base. It is, no matter what the reason is, it is all fine by me, because it will allow me to focus on defenses and actually possibly be able to annihilate the incoming invaders, while also killing the pilgrims, which is something that I enjoy doing the most. All of us do. We love to watch pilgrims run. Oh, they better run. Obviously, in case you are wondering, this was a shout out to a song, Rendezvous Run, made by Sonya Shide, which is an amazing band and I love it. Sonya Shide, also known as Girls' Generation, in case you were wondering. Anyway, what are those pirates? I mean, the pilgrims using kinetics? Missiles? Wait, missiles? Stop, oh! Well, that's late. They are using missiles that use magnetic field. Hardly there was efficient anti-missile tactic, but I guess, hey, I'll just go with it and try to repair any damage I will take next. But this first card is not going to help me. Let me tell you that much, it is not. Those missiles can seriously damage my ships. I just hope that I'll be able to actually survive this. Well, I did take a major portion of damage, which I'll shortly repair, so that's at least one good thing, unless the enemy counters me. They are playing it a little bit too well to my liking, if I may say so myself. Now, I'm pretty sure they will not use the adaptive strategy in melee phase, but it was pretty ingenious of them to actually use it in medium range, and they might be able to destroy some of my ships with their increased damage. I just hope it isn't the case. Prepare for a breach! Yeah, I lost my mass ship, which isn't a very big loss, to be honest, and yeah, as I was hoping, the enemy went for magnetic field of an obvious choice really in the melee phase, but it allowed me to repair some of the damage I have taken, and I don't think I'll take too much damage in the next stand, so it should all be more or less okay. Sadly, I wasn't really able to destroy any of the enemy ships myself, so I lost more than the enemy did, but at least I'm occupying the space around the Pilgrim's homeworld, which is important in and of itself. Although I'd actually like to destroy some of the enemy ships, but hey, it is good enough to stick around the enemy home system. I'll deal with that. So let's make sure nobody can leave this, so nobody can try and capture my guard post again. I will not actually engage, because I would probably lose the next engagement. I have little doubt about that. And even if I would not lose it, I would possibly lose a bunch of ships, which in and on itself is pretty bad. Right, Matrix is steadily accumulating some dust. Industry, not science, nor dust, which is good. And I also have another system that is stagnating, don't I? I'm pretty sure I do have one. Where was it? A system which is about to stagnate, and I cannot find it. Oh, actually it is already stagnated. That's bad. So Ruins is stagnated. Do I want to expand to this large tundra with antimatter? I probably do. It will lower the system's approval, but hey, I can deal with it. I already have a lot of positive approval because of... do I have any extra? Yeah, Meta Entactogen, or whatever it's called, is giving me a lot of extra approval. So yeah, I know that I am wasting some dust by not converting my industry to dust, but hey, I will go with it. I am still gaining a lot of dust, and I do not want my system to stagnate. And guard post, my dear friend. How much does it cost to actually speed Planetary Institute? 57, that's a lot. And that's almost the same cost for anything else. Which is a real shame, but right now, no, I will not focus on guard post at all. I have more pressing matters to attend to. So let us end the turn again. And also I need to make a little disclaimer, this videocast is going to be rather short. I have a lot of things to do today. I wanted to make a cast for you guys, but I'm afraid I cannot really afford to make it longer than like half an hour. I'm sorry, it will just have to be this way. I sometimes make really long casts, so I guess I'm excused to make shorter casts from, every once in a while. So, as obviously expected, Pilgrims decided to attack me, which is going to be a big problem and a big issue, but I can tend to that later. In the meantime, you do say, please be exploited. I do need to have some more food, which is very important. And now the Sheridan have returned with a bigger fleet and or armada, depending on the way you want to call it. That's okay. I guess that's okay, okay? Let's just call it okay. Even though it's not okay, I think I will be able to more or less survive their assault. And after I destroy more of their ships and fleets, I will offer Sheridans the ceasefire treaty and they might actually accept it. Because at the moment I doubt they would, I really do. Anyway, what do I want to go for? I think I'll go for camouflage because the enemy is probably going to go for weapon disruption and I would like to counter it, thank you very much. Then I need to counter tactics, which I guess is only possible with a weapon overclock. I don't want this to be the case, so instead I will just go for maybe weapon disruption, for example. I guess it's a decent idea. And then I'll repair any damage I have taken over the course of this battle. I think that assuming that the Pilgrims are going to stick to their cars, the same battle cars that they used last time, this should be a pretty decent idea. Also, why are their ships fully repaired? And wow, what the F just happened? Well, my fleet is gone. But it is a good question, why are the enemy ships repaired? They have taken some damage in the last battle, now they are fully repaired. How is that possible? I don't know, but I don't like it. Sadly, it probably also means that the Pilgrims will invade and capture my guard post again. So there is yet another reason for me to actually not care about the guard post, because my Pilgrims still just scrap all the improvements. Which I really do hate them for, by the way, in case you were wondering. Oh well, I guess Scorched Earth is a right tactic after all. I just hope that the paths will give Pilgrims some problems. Now then. What else can I do? I can continue moving my scout, and in fact, there are Hisho incoming. I guess it is good to start some kind of relationship, diplomatic relations with them. Man, I cannot speak today. So I will leave my scout ship over here for the night of year and wait for the Hisho ship to actually arrive to Mrigashi, so that I can start, talking to Hisho and maybe be friends with them. Although at some point I'll undoubtedly declare war on them just to keep the series interesting. But that is assuming I'll actually live to this point, because right now it's not something that I can say that will happen for certain. In fact, I'm not sure if this has any chance of happening at all. But Griba! It is in fact stagnated, I have not noticed that. Yeah, it was in fact the system that I knew is going to stagnate and I have forgotten about it. Oh well, it happens. Alright, I do not want to colonize huge gas helium, even though we're about to, run out of helium on Earth, but that's okay. I would rather colonize Tundra. It is going to give me some extra disapproval, which will be a problem, don't get me wrong. But hey, having the system stagnate would be even worse, in my opinion, so let's leave it at that. And in fact, I don't think this industry and dust-to-dust conversion would be in effect for this turn anyway, so how about we don't even queue this up. And now I can continue to the next turn. Next turn I'll also, schedule production of my military ships. I think I stacked enough industry on Matrix to actually make it a doable thing, and I'll be able to drive the aggressors back, which is something that I'm desperately trying to achieve. And also, my research has finished. That's something I forgot that could happen, but I guess it's good. What do I need next? I would like to have some better armor, thank you very much. So I guess this means better missiles, as well as better armor. Well, that's good. I like this. I could relate to that option. And yeah, that's my science. Hisho went somewhere, I don't know where, but I do not really care about them just yet. And my dear Griba, you are ready to exploit this tundra, please do, and then convert some industry into dust. Thank you very much. Now then, Matrix, you do need to hurry up because you are about to be captured, and the enemy can really create a big and scary fleet. However, now with the newest tech I have, I can in fact add some extra tonnage to my ships. Actually, can I? I don't think I have any. I do not have any hexathermal in my home system, and because it is besieged by the enemy, I cannot possibly use it to construct any ships. Oh boy, this might be a problem. Not gonna lie, I was hoping to have a little bit more tonnage in this battle. So what do I do? Can I install any more? Yeah, well, I can install more weapon modules, but this would be hardly the most efficient thing. I can install another reactive hull for a little bit of extra HP, but it still would not do enough damage, and that is the problem. So what I'm going to do is resign from a lot of this extra armor in favor of some extra, offensive firepower. Sadly, I will stick to my home rules, even though it is extraordinarily stupid to continuously use missiles when the enemy has such a powerful flak defense. But I'll continue with my home rules, and maybe this amount of torpedoes will be enough to actually do something to Sharon. Also, are they still using the kinetics? Because if they are, then I could actually, maybe, I'm not sure if this is actually worth it, but maybe if I resign from those reactive holes and pump every little bit of tonnage I have into depleted armor, it would actually be better for me. I'm willing to take my chances and actually risk this fury. Now, it is not the most efficient use of tonnage on the ship, not at all, because cruisers are not supposed to, you know, support armor rather than defense module. But since I'm focusing on a single type of weapon, I think that this depleted armor will work better than the additional HP I could have. Let's hope that this is the case anyway, because if it is not, I'm in a lot of trouble. So anyway, Thermal 4.0 is ready, and let us create some of them. And by some I mean 3, because I could only support 3 in a single fleet anyway. Now then, what else is there that I need to take care of? Well, I can heal this hero. Problem is, why would I? At the moment I cannot really do with him anyway. So, yeah, that's nothing too important. What else? Actually, you know what? I queued up this science, but what is more important for me right now is improved thermodynamics, because I have a lot of small, you know, planets that I need to exploit a little bit better, so it is very, very important for me, at least in my honest opinion. I also could use some moon exploration, because I might have some amazing temples that I'm not even aware of. And after that, I might consider going for better armor and better missiles. After that. You have to prioritize in this game, don't you? Anyway, is there another system that is about to stagnate? Well, dust cells are about to, as is Tortuga. That's annoying, because I was hoping that those systems would give me some more dust, but unfortunately I'll have to expand. So, where do I want to expand? Robot Locals and Meta and Tactogen will give me more ship defense, which is important. Actually, it is very important, and also it gives me some extra happiness. I might do just that. Yeah, it is better than Metallic Waters. And even though it is a desert, I think that in the grand scheme of things, it would be beneficial to colonize it just for this luxury resource. Let's do just that then. Tortuga, on the other hand, I can only expand to a single planet, but I will gladly do so. And that's about it for the 10. Let us end it and hope for the best, because there's hardly anything else I can do at this point, unfortunately. I can increase the taxes by a little bit, since my home system is not ecstatic anyway. I might as well increase it to up to a point when things are still okay in my empire. I don't want dust cells to be unhappy, so I'll leave it at 25% approval. And after they colonize this desert, they actually should have more approval, so then I'll be able to increase the taxes again. Alright then, let's finish the 10. And in fact, this video, I have not even noticed the time. It is about a half an hour long, which is more or less as much time as I had to make this cast. So I guess I'll have to end it right now, or in fact as soon as I tag this Sheridan fleet. First of all though, what is this? Unexpectedly seeking the— No! 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 I don't— No! Alright, I'll read this out to you. A great movement of peoples is pulling together based on the rumor that a pagan scout— I hate those pagans— discovered Thor, the fabled homeworld of the Endless. Whether it is Thor or not cannot be verified, but a vast endless infrastructure seems to be waiting. So it's a random event. I am giving 3 options on what to do with it. I can either sacrifice 1,000 dust and gain a random piece of technology, which will just mean that my dust will be turned to 0, so that's probably what I'll go for. I can go for helpful, so this will give me a lot of approval on my systems, but no technology, which is actually even better in my current situation. Or I could go for hostile, which means that I'll lose happiness, but I'll gain population. I don't really want this to happen. I need my approval, so I guess I'll go for helpful, but before that, I will heal my hero. Thank you very much. Can I still do this? Yes, I can. Thank you. Now he's here. Nothing to see here. Now I can spend this dust. Actually, I cannot spend it just yet. I would much rather speed up the construction of, let's say, Planetary Institute, and that's all I can speed up on Guard Post. That's okay. Now I can sacrifice 1,000 dust, which just means 10 dust, because that's all I have. Yeah, actually this event is going to be really helpful for me. Really helpful. But it does, however, mean that I do not need to convert industry into dust on those systems, since I will lose all dust I have in the next turn anyway, so yeah. Hey, come on, I cannot click on this industry to dust conversion. There we go. Actually, I don't have it queued anywhere else. Right, you also can go away. Okay, more science have been discovered. Very important, very good. And I have created a bunch of ships as well as colonized some new planets that I need to exploit, because it's rather important. Tortuga, I need to exploit you as well. I'll deal with the moon surveys in a moment. You do not need to watch me do this, because I need to end this cast. And what better way there is to end a cast than by ending it with a bang. Now, I just hope, really do hope, no, I cannot assign a hero unfortunately, but I really hope that I can survive this engagement, because if I cannot, things could turn dire. I'm not gonna lie. So let's go into manual and pray for the best. I have high hopes for this battle though. Unless the enemy stops using kinetics and switch to missiles. In this case, this could be beams! No, why did I do this change? I'm dead. I may have lost this. Actually, I only have 2 ships with beams, so I might not be dead yet. If I use barrier, I might be kinda okay, but it might be the death of me. I need to retrofit those ships again, give them some extra armor, but man, it is so bad. Alright, the enemy lowered their kinetics damage, so at least some of the ships will be a little bit worse in the offense, but those beams are going to be incredibly powerful against me. They will just wreck my ships to pieces. There's nothing I can do to actually defend against those. I can obviously increase my total HP, and I can repair the damage I have taken, but there's little else I can do, and at the moment I think increasing HP is more important than repairing the damage I have sustained already. So I focus on that while the enemy focuses on camouflage, which is good. It lowers the opponent's kinetics. It doesn't lower the enemy beams, which look amazing and at the same time are very, very powerful. Look at the amount of damage I'm taking. It is ridiculous. I lost a thermal already while not destroying any of the enemy ships at all. This is horrendously bad. I don't really know what to do. I did not even bother repairing my ships because those 2 ships that survived have not really taken a huge amount of damage. But well, beams are still quite effective in a melee phase. Not the most effective, but they are okay. Fortunately, I was able to stress some defenders. This might buy me some time to survive and defend for a little bit longer, but you know what? Things are looking dire. Things really are looking dire. At least I know what to do. I need to retrofit my ships again and provide them with some extra armor to counter those beams. As simple as that. And 2 of my thermals survived as well, which is by all means a splendid achievement and a wonderful victory, if I may say so myself. Now there are 2 destroyers with even more beams, and even more beams on this defender. Man, those guys are annoying. There's however almost nothing I can do about this at this stage, unfortunately. Now Barry is better in my opinion than non-repair systems, not only because I can use it on fully repaired systems, ships that do not need to be repaired, but also it does not lower my damage, which is very important as I want to be able to deal as much damage as humanly possible. Otherwise, I will lose my home system in the next 2 turns, which would be hardly a good thing. And oh no, you didn't. They did. Alright, the destroyers also have a lot of defense, both deflections and flag defenses. This is so annoying. And I have nothing that counters tactics except retreating cards. Does Short Circuit help against beams? I don't remember if the old Short Circuit did or not. Well, the enemy went for... Oh, come on! That's annoying! If I knew... Well, I couldn't have known, but... Yeah, you know what? I lost this battle. I have not lost the game yet. I still have hopes that I might turn this around. But the enemy transition into lasers is just so annoying. I should have sacrificed one of my luminous ships to actually scout out what kind of weapons the enemy is using right now. Because, yeah, they wrecked me to pieces. They absolutely did. What I need now is stealth construction to actually give me a little bit more time until before I die. I need to retrofit my thermal ships. I desperately need to do so. Bye-bye depleted armor. I still need it, but at the moment it is far more important to actually get some extra armor, because this is the only defense against lasers I have, sadly. And it is not a big defense as well, because I do not really have a very powerful armor, and it will be ages before I do. So, on this negative note, I guess we are ready to end this cast. It was PANCZASU, the mighty mix spammer. If you somehow managed to enjoy my video, then please, by all means, like it, maybe even subscribe to my channel if you wish to see more. I also encourage you to leave a comment below this video, because it helps me greatly, and I also enjoy reading them. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you online.